After the Dutch GP, the silence in the Ferrari garage turned into an unprecedented storm. Frederick Vasseur, usually a calm man, made a shocking discovery: alleged sabotage of Lewis Hamilton's car. A buried secret was finally revealed, and Ferrari was on the brink of facing the darkest accusations in its history. But what exactly was Ferrari sabotaging? Let's find out! A few hours after Hamilton was forced to retire from the race, an internal report arrived on Vasseur's desk. The document revealed that Hamilton's car, the SF25, had undergone several technical changes without his knowledge or the approval of his race engineer, Riccardo Adami. At first glance, the details of these changes may seem minor. However, in the precision-driven world of Formula One, every millimetre and every click of a setting can mean the difference between victory and disaster. The report stated that the rear suspension height was lowered by about 3 millimetres, and the differential preload was increased to a setting that contradicted the simulator data the team had used for so long. These numbers may seem trivial to the untrained eye, but for a driver of Hamilton's calibre, such a small change was enough to sever the natural connection between him and the car. The rear axle, which was usually his mainstay for overtaking and maintaining stability, suddenly became an enemy, causing him to lose control of and confidence in his car. In the era of transparent hybrids, every change to a car must go through a lengthy process. Each change must be meticulously recorded and verified by technicians before being approved multiple times until it reaches the principal engineer. This time, however, that chain of control wasn't just bypassed, it was destroyed. All of Ferrari's standard procedures were completely ignored. The mysterious change was made directly by the Central Performance Group, an elite Ferrari unit that has long been given broad authority to optimise car performance. They are the hidden brains behind the prancing horse's speed, a group that usually works in silence but with absolute precision. When questioned, they claimed that what had happened was simply routine optimisation, a minor tweak to gain a competitive edge. However, it was precisely these words that further infuriated Vasseur. To him, it was no longer a technical matter, but a matter of trust, a betrayal that shook the team's foundations. Ferrari's audit team reviewed all simulator data, telemetry logs, and technical approval records. The results of the investigation were shocking. Since Friday's practice session, several parameter changes had been recorded on Hamilton's car without official approval from the technical team or the responsible engineer. These changes concerned not only ride height and differential preload, but also other details, such as rear camber, which did not align with the initial simulation results. This revealed that what had happened was not just a single incident or a simple technical error. Rather, there was a dark, recurring pattern. A systematic action indicating hidden intervention within the team's structure itself. Lewis Hamilton is not known for losing control of his emotions in public. He doesn't shout over the radio, destroy rooms, or vent his anger on camera. But behind closed doors, the embers of his anger were clearly visible. During an internal team meeting, Hamilton expressed his frustration with simple yet powerful words. "The car is nervous. I can't trust the rear end." These words were not mere technical complaints, but an outpouring of deep frustration. For Hamilton, the problem wasn't just an unstable car setup, it was a matter of principle. He was insulted that changes had been made to the car without his prior consultation. With a sharp glare, he demanded an explanation. Who had the nerve to authorise such changes? Why hadn't he, the lead driver risking his life on the track, been informed? Most terrifying of all was the question swirling in his head. How many times had this been done without his knowledge? Vasseur took immediate and decisive action. As soon as the internal report landed on his desk, he ordered the Central Performance Group to be completely blocked from accessing any Ferrari systems. Work laptops, data channels, and even the car's control devices were blocked immediately and without compromise. 3 senior engineers from the elite unit were suspended pending a more in-depth investigation. Vasseur didn't stop there. He announced new, far stricter rules. Now, every change to the car's setup must go through a multi-layered process and be signed off by 3 parties: the driver, the race engineer, and a special technical delegate appointed by Vasseur himself. He wanted to ensure that there was no room for secret experiments or unilateral maneuvers that could destabilize the team. While this swift action was seen as a sign of strong leadership, the damage was far deeper. Lewis Hamilton's trust, the foundation of collaboration between driver and team, had already been shattered. In Formula One, rifts in trust are often more dangerous than technical failures on the track. Hamilton's retirement at Zandvoort was about more than losing points. Based on race pace data, his car actually had the potential to finish third. If everything had gone as planned, Ferrari could have secured at least 15 crucial points. However, the outcome was different. The failure widened the gap in the standings. McLaren now trails Ferrari with a total of 584 points, leaving Ferrari stuck at 260. The situation is made worse by the fact that Mercedes is slowly climbing to 248 points, just a hair's breadth behind the red team. The pressure is mounting within Ferrari and in the race for second place in the Constructors' Championship. The situation in the drivers' standings is no less dire. Oscar Piastri is in the lead with 309 points, while Hamilton has fallen to sixth with only 109. The gap of more than 200 points has virtually eliminated Hamilton's chances of competing for the World Championship. This leaves a major question mark about what really happened behind the Zandvoort tragedy. This incident has brought the international media's attention back to Ferrari's dark history. From Fernando Alonso's failed strategy in Abu Dhabi in 2010 to Sebastian Vettel's disastrous 2017-2018 campaign to the 2019 engine scandal that crippled Ferrari for 2 years, 2025 marks a new chapter. The breakdown of its internal culture. Ferrari has once again been defeated, not by its rivals, but by itself. Now, Ferrari faces its biggest challenge yet, the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. The home race has always been considered a sacred stage for the Scuderia, but this time, instead of optimism, the team is gripped by the shadow of doom. Hamilton himself is said to be extremely cautious. He is determined to re-examine every change to his car because he no longer trusts the team completely. However, this attitude could prevent Ferrari from making quick decisions during races. Meanwhile, McLaren and Mercedes are poised to capitalise on any Ferrari weakness. If Ferrari fails again at Monza, they will lose points and respect among their fans. The Zandvoort scandal is more than just a technical incident. It has reopened old wounds at Ferrari, including a disciplinary crisis, fragile internal culture, and loss of trust. Hamilton came to Ferrari to end his career on a high note, but now he finds himself facing the same bitter fate as Alonso and Vettel. With Monza approaching, can Ferrari be a team its drivers can trust? Let us know your thoughts below.